Greetings, it's Brother Joseph. Today I want to talk to you about the latest controversy with Leo, not so much the stuff with Trump. It's kind of related, but it's not directly. Mostly it's what he's been doing and what the last popes have been doing regarding Islam. And that is praising Islam and ignoring Christian persecution, it's a pattern for our religious leaders since roughly Vatican II. It shouldn't be a surprise for any of us anymore. What do I mean by that? Well, Vatican II was the act of great apostasy, or at least a act of great apostasy. The synodal rising of the synodal church, that really it's kind of like the birth of the whore of Babylon. That's the emergence, rather, which is just a natural flow from what the great apostasy of Vatican II was. It's coming into its own. We'll use the chicken and egg scenario. Vatican II was the laying of the egg. The synodal emergence of the synodal church was the chick bursting forth from the egg and becoming animated, and not just this stagnant clump there. But in order to help those who are still a bit confused understand what I mean by the whore of Babylon, I'm going to read Revelation 17, where the whore of Babylon is brought up. I wrote a couple different articles touching on this. The one I'm going to point to the most, I'm going to put the link in the description, is the one on the end times, and where I veil the beast, well, the dragon, the beast of the sea, the beast of the earth, and the whore of Babylon. Who are these characters? And that's where I talk about the counterfeit church that emerged from Vatican II and was further emerged into this whore of Babylon. How that is, the counterfeit church is that whore. Why? Well, let's read the description and we'll find out. The one of the seven angels who had the seven bowls came to me and said, "Come, and I will show you the judgment of the great prostitute." I got to get out of that light. Sorry about that. "Who is seated on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed sexual immorality, and with the wine of whose sexual immorality the dwellers on the earth have become drunk." And some people misinterpret this whole thing, and as we go further, into thinking that she is in charge of these nations, that somehow she is subverting them, and the beast that's mentioned later. That's not the case. She is a whore to them. They control her. She prostitutes herself to them. And when she's doing it, like any prostitute, she's going to get them drunk on her wine. Let's continue. "And he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on the scarlet beast with full of blasphemous names, and it had 7 heads and 10 horns. This harkens back to the great dragon in chapter 12. Just the same as the woman. It's like the contrast of these two women. The first woman is faithful. This second woman is not. And that has a deep theological tie I won't get into, but think about that. The contrast of the two women. Think about the contrast at the judgment seat when Christ was condemned but Barabbas was released. One was a murderer, the other one was faithful. Right? And then go back, of course, further to the Day of Atonement. Think about that. The same picture is being painted here. The contrast of these two women with regard to dealing with this dragon. One flees from it and is being attacked by it, gives birth to the child. The other one is riding it like a prostitute. Okay. "The woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet and adorned with gold and jewels and pearls." Let me get this straight. "Holding in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and impurities of her sexual immorality, and on her forehead was written the name of mystery, Babylon the Great, mother of prostitutes and earth's abominations. And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and of the martyrs of Jesus. It gets more into this beast. And it says later on that the beast will make her desolate and naked and devour her flesh and burn her with fire. For God has put it into their hearts to carry out his purpose of being of the one mind and handing over their royal power to the beast until the words of God are fulfilled. What is Islam doing? Islam is this beast. What is Islam doing? Burning the churches down, hurting the Christians. All the while, the whore, these religious leaders who are leading this counterfeit church into being a whore, all the while they're prostituting themselves to the beast. To me, it makes perfect sense. That's what the church is doing. It's never done this before. We've never seen anything like this before. But we're told by Jesus in Matthew 24 and further in Revelation, this is what's going to happen at the end. The very last days. This is going to happen. And that's what makes this so, wow, just amazing. We're living in a time like no other. But this is why we shouldn't be surprised. He's going to continue this way. And if Leo goes and another pope comes in, he'll continue this way until Christ returns. Or there's a great reprieve and we see the cycle happen again. One or the other. Either we're experiencing a type of the end or we're experiencing the end and we're just waiting for Jesus to return. One or the other. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you. If you're seeing Leo do this stuff, then just read Revelation 17. Actually, read the whole thing if you can. It's hard to understand, but that's okay. Read Revelation and take heart. Take heart. Because Christ told us that, that when we see the sign of these things, then look up and see our redemption draws nigh. That's all I've got. Thank you, and as always, God bless.